So this is that J35. Thank you for the correction. I didn't even pay attention with the whole dual nozzle thing. Weirdly enough, it's got stars and bars on it, which they aren't authentic, but anyway, could be anybody for that matter. I went to do my cutout for my battery. I took my 450 that I like to use because of the high C rating, and as soon as I started cutting into it, I decided to go to the video because it's hollow in there. So the battery could probably slide all the way forward now without issue. It was a very thin wall, and the battery seems to go right on in there. I see like a I don't know, some kind of a backing, so maybe that's something. So that's my cubby that I got cut out, and here's my 450. I'm gonna go ahead and I got unlimited slidability, so I'll probably put it all the way to the end like that and then see what I get on a flight and see what I need to do next, or if that's good. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a try. Like I said, I didn't check the CG about it at all. So the CG is unknown from with the nickel in it. So this is with the battery fault without the nickel. And I think it'll fly either way because, you know, the gyro corrections will probably help out with that. But it did fly without the nickel. So then this will just be another, looks like we got a weird crosswind coming from that way. So kind of dipped a little altitude there in a turn, but it tends to do that. I think it flies good like this. It's flying straight and level. I am full throttle though, and I think that's pretty much when you end up having the trouble, is when you come out of full throttle. And boy, is it touchy. Any elevator movements are critical, so you got to kind of watch how you elevate her. It doesn't have much elevator issue when you're in a turn. All right, let me drop the throttle some, see if I can slow it down. But when you're in elevator only, it just pops up or down really abruptly. Yeah, so it's flying with the throttle not full, but you could see it's not happy, and especially not in those turns. I kind of got to rock the turn a little bit to keep it from maybe losing altitude or ultimately crashing, I guess. It is not cutting out though. This higher C rating battery is let me go back to full throttle. This higher C rating battery is definitely flying it better. So I'll show you that battery up close. It's a GMB battery, a 450 I believe, and I think it's a 60C, and that is definitely giving you the juice compared to the smaller 25Cs that it comes. I think it comes with a 25C, but I don't think it's even labeled, so you don't know what you get. But pretty much anything that comes out of the box like that is normally that little 25C variety. But this is actually, somebody commented you're gonna return it. So as it turned out, I didn't return it. I decided to go ahead and do the mod. Ran into issues with the return anyway. I would have had to pay for shipping or something. So another one of those things that you didn't pay attention to when the checkout or whatever. But I'm gonna have to upgrade my review for this now, because that's what this video is all about, is that when you move this battery forward, it changes to a whole nother animal flight wise characteristics, and your power to rate ratio is not as bad as it was with the nickel. The nickel kind of calmed it down, but now it's got a lot more power to deal with. Now I am full throttle most of the time, so you know, I'm gonna go ahead and try to, I never even went into the B mode, but yeah, it was hard to get that thing turned around just then. I don't see I don't see a whole lot of difference between the A and B mode. And I'll probably just have to go into C on the next battery, because I can't keep track of that whole, how many beeps have passed and if I'm dead or not. And plus this is a higher C battery. It might, you know, load out faster than others. So I'll probably go ahead and just see about landing now. Yeah, that's another one of those little doo-doo-doo. I'm gonna come back around and try to land like to the left of me. It is very hard to like lower the throttle at a good rate for a good descent. It's like either on or off type deal. That's a decent one right there. I guess I'll let it go where it's going, but I didn't want to land way over there, but trying to feather that throttle was a little rough. So if you want, I just got it back. A reference for where I got it at for CG. Pushed all the way in. Any further, I think it would try to slide forward. I don't want to deal with that either. A shaking battery. Let me get it out of there for you. Not too hard to pull out. I wish I'd have made the hole slightly smaller, but I thought it was a deep channel. So GMB. If I can ever focus on just this and not my fingers, there we go. 80C 2S 450. Got 1 minute since I've been putting it together, so here we are. Whoa, a little dip down there. A little scary on that takeoff. All right, go to. I don't like the switch. I really, truly, I wish I could put this on my Spectrum. The switch drives me bonkers because you don't know if you're going into which position, and it slides kind of oddly, so you might flip into the wrong one, end up in the manual mode, not expect it, and then, you know, think you're good, because it doesn't fly the most comfort in manual, I'd say. But here we go, going to manual. All right. Get it into a turn. Yeah, I had to flip it back because I wasn't getting enough aileron. So, all right, back straight and narrow. There we go. A little wing wag. I don't know what that's about. But yeah, I don't like the toy radio, perhaps, with as far as the way the sticks feel. And having to find where it is to go into the safe mode is a hassle also. But yeah, this is all 100% on the manual mode. Let's see if I can do a roll for you. Oh, it's so slow on roll that you better be in the clouds if you're going to try that. Let me get some altitude and see if I can. Man, that roll. I don't know if I even could ever do a roll at that speed. All right, one more turn. All right, get it going this way. Give it some elevator. Yeah, it rolls, but whew, you better have your timer correct, because you're not gonna be able to clear the ground on many. Man, it kind of wing wagged a little bit there. And it was in manual mode. Like I was, what is it going? Like felt like gyro situation almost. All right, back out of that gyro mode. All right, manual mode. Yeah, so I don't like the roll rate. It's real slow. So you better be ready for that if you want to do them. I think you could probably do, let's get a loop. Nope, stalled out of the loop. But I feel like in the right situation, you could do a loop. It's just I couldn't do a loop. Let's try to do it coming back towards me, perhaps. Yeah, a little bit squirrely because any little movements. It kind of rolled out of it. That's cool. Yeah, you could do something that resembles a loop. And if you're a great pilot, like, you know, I am not the best. So if you're a great pilot, you could probably do that loop better than I could. You know, get some downward momentum, pull it up at the right time. And I could probably do it better if I, you know, practice at it a bit. I don't know what the switch is. The push buttons are up top, but you might hear beeps. That's me hitting them. It's got a 2 beep thing on that, so on the left shoulder, and I think it says something about rudder. I don't see where it does anything in the flight characteristics. Yeah, it's fairly close to the same thing on either one of those settings. So I don't guess I need to get any more video of me just flying it back and forth. That'll be good, and I'll go ahead and try to just put the landing on here. I'll let the video run just in case something uneventful happens, or something eventful happens like a crash. Otherwise, yeah, this one's never been crashed. I crashed the Dark Scar the Dark Star or Dark Horse, whichever one it is. Dark Horse. I've crashed that one. Just kind of tooling around, you know, looking down at that. You know what? I crashed it looking at the buttons to try and figure out where that switch was located at the time of, you know, I was in manual and I was looking to put it in I guess, safe mode. I'm going to call it safe mode because that's what it is to me. Uh-oh, just had an extreme big loss of motor power. So that's got to be the battery. You heard the motor loss. So, oh shoot, might not got that because I was angled up for the flight. But yeah, I actually heard a drop down in motor power prior to that landing. So it kind of forced me into a landing that I just heard another beep on the radio. So forced me into a landing that I might have not been ready to do. But once I heard that motor cut down, I went ahead for it. So just to show you all, that's what happened. It's at 3.6, so that means it was dipping way lower than that under full power. And it showed me there's no beep or anything from the radio to tell you that you're low, other than that doo-doo-doo that you just heard in the background. That's your 1 minute marks. So I think it flies way better with this battery though, so know that. That's the one for you if you want it. And there's probably other versions of this. You know, this is the HV. I haven't even charged it to HV, which I probably should try it, see if it gives it a little more oomph there. I just fly at 420. That's all I got to say about it.